Good morning, beautiful divine souls. I hope you're all doing well today. I was inspired to do a quick video and I had a message come through, and the message I received was it needs to get a lot more uncomfortable in order for humanity to awaken and to have the realization and understanding of the true reality and world that we live in. And I hope that makes sense, because it does to me, and I fully understand what that means. But basically, in a nutshell, is that it is far too easy to be ignorant to the darkness, to the truths, to the things that are uncomfortable to our egos. And it's very easy to brush these things under the rug. It's very easy not to face these fears and these challenges because, well, frankly, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable on a personal level with our own shadows, and it's uncomfortable on a collective level with events that are happening globally. And the reason it's uncomfortable is because if you were to acknowledge that such evil and horrific people and agendas were actually at play, it would mean that everything that we have ever been told, everything that we have ever been taught, would all just be a lie. And that very fear of that, knowing that everything that you've done and seen and understood, and even parts of who you think you are, will go through a death, will go through an ego death, a transformation. Because the moment you make that connection, the moment that you say, holy shit, I can't believe that this has been happening to humanity. I can't believe that they've been doing this to humanity. I can't believe that they've been trying to harm humanity. I can't believe that they've been trying to control humanity. Okay, and I'm just going to keep it general. The moment you make that acknowledgement to the darkness, you see the darkness, you see the evil, and yes, it's uncomfortable, but the moment you allow yourself to see it and acknowledge it is the moment that you transform. It's the moment that you actually awaken your consciousness. You awaken your awareness to the truths that have been hidden from you, or that you have been hiding yourself because you have not wanted to look at it. Okay? So there is a lot happening in this world, okay? And it has been getting more and more and more crazy and more wild and more surreal. And many people are still living in their little bubble and just saying, yeah, there are some crazy things going on in the world, but it doesn't directly affect me, so it doesn't really matter. I will continue living my life the way that I have been living. And now understand this. That is completely okay. Everyone has the choice to continue to stay within their bubble, within their comfort zone, within their own, whatever life that you're living. But in doing so, you're ignoring the fact that there is so much suffering and pain and harm and terrible things that have been happening to a lot of humanity. And we cannot ignore this any longer. We cannot ignore the genocides, the manipulation, the lies, the deceit, the enslavement. We have been living in this darkness for thousands of years. And we have been blinded to the fact that that is not how humanity was designed to survive, to live. We were indoctrinated and programmed into believing that life is the way it is, and we have to just deal with it, and that terrible things happen to people. It's part of life. To a certain extent it is, but the problem by ignoring it is that you're denying that the darkness even exists. You see, the period of time that we're in right now, and I've said this before, is that we are in the Great Awakening, and we are in this apocalyptic revelations. And we are in a period of seeing and understanding the truths that are being revealed to us, the darkness, the evil, the agenda. It is coming up to be seen because humanity has to see it. We have to see what truly has been happening on this planet Earth and to humanity. You see, much of what we were taught have really all just been lies. And this is part of the indoctrination that has programmed our minds. When you become programmed, you lose the ability to use your intuition and to use your critical thinking. Mind programming brings your consciousness down to a level of unconscious. And that when you become unconscious, you literally are walking in a blind state, giving away your power to someone else to control you and to enslave you and to force you to do things like injecting your body with certain things, like following certain rules and laws that aren't actually even real. So we've been living in an illusion, in a matrix. It's been a program that we have all been living in. But when you allow yourself to understand that there is so much more going on in this world, be curious. Follow your hunches. Follow that intuition. If you're asking questions right now, if you're asking questions and you're like, what the hell is going on? Things are really nuts. Like you're hearing things. Follow those breadcrumbs, my friends. Be guided by God, because those breadcrumbs, those curiosities, those little pieces of things that you feel that you're not really sure about, that can't be true. There's no way that can be true, but wow, it's so crazy. Follow the breadcrumbs. Because you see, we have all been given this opportunity to follow and learn and evolve and grow. And we have to do this collectively. But what's been happening is it's been sort of a wave of awakening that's been happening since probably 2012. And a lot of people have awakened earlier, and many have awakened at the start of this pandemic. Every time there's a mass global event, a traumatic event, a scary event, something that is crazy, it awakens more and more people, because what it does is it jolts your soul awake. When that happens is when you begin to say, wait a second, what is really going on here? And you begin your awakening journey. So that message I received this morning is really powerful, because right now we are, as a collective, being asked to awaken. It's time to awaken. And many people are awakening every single day. And it's a wonderful and beautiful thing to witness. I have been witnessing so many people on social media, within my circle of friends and acquaintances. The people are starting to say, hold on a second, what the heck is going on? So it is going to get a lot more crazier, my friends, because there are so many more that need to awaken. And in order to create a collective awakening, which is being done in a wave after wave after wave, event after event after event, eventually we will all get to a place where we will all be awake and aware of what's been happening. We have to see the darkness in order to transmute it, in order to release ourselves from the shackles of this matrix. This has been a spiritual war. It is a good versus evil, a dark versus light. And I can tell you that the light has already won. But for the majority of humanity who are still asleep and stuck in the darkness, that they're unaware that there is darkness, they are the ones that are being pushed and triggered. And there has to be more discomfort and more craziness that has to come and unfold in order to rattle all of the other souls on this planet to awaken. It makes a lot of sense, because humanity cannot all awaken at one time. It would be cataclysmic. If the entire world woke up and fully awake to what has been going on, we would actually go into full-blown World War III. But because God is divinely orchestrating this plan, this beautiful plan, it is being done in a way where people are going to awaken when their soul is triggered to awaken. And I truly believe that there's going to be a giant mass wave of people awakening this year, 2023. I mean, it has been pretty wild the last 3 years, and it's going to get a lot wilder, my friends. And I'm not saying this to create fear, because you see, for me, I have transcended that fear. I have done the deep dive into the darkness. I have gone down those rabbit holes. I have done my inner work and my shadow work. I have faced this darkness straight head on. And it was a very uncomfortable process. But I allowed myself to do it, because this is how you break free from the program. This is how you break free from the mind program. You see, we've all been imprisoned in our minds. We have all been imprisoned in our minds. And it's kind of like that analogy of the bird cage with the door open. And the bird that is sitting in the bird cage does not realize that it's free to leave, because it's so used to being in the bird cage, it doesn't fully understand that it has the choice to look at the door and fly out. And this analogy is wonderful, because those of us who have awakened and have chosen to exit the cage, the prison, we have left that matrix. Our mind has been freed. We are no longer controlled. We are no longer programmed. We shift ourselves into a higher state of consciousness and have a different perspective, a higher awareness, and are able to see through the illusion. And when you get to that place, you become free. You become sovereign. You become the creator of your own reality because you have taken back all of your power. You have taken back all of the pieces of yourself. And now you are whole and you are able to see with clarity and a higher knowing of what this world and this reality is all about. And it may sound scary, but I promise you that anything worth having or achieving does not come easy. And we know this. In order to attain that freedom, in order to attain that self-love and that empowerment and that control and that courage, you have to go through a lot of discomfort. It's just like going to the gym. You don't just walk into the gym after one workout and your body has transformed. You have to go through a lot of discomfort, a lot of training, a lot of work, a lot of mindset to get your body into shape and into your desirable figure. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of discomfort. That's why a lot of people don't do it, because they quit because it feels uncomfortable. And this goes for me too. I'm included in that. I've experienced that. So when you understand that through chaos, through discomfort, through what may feel like insanity, fear, whatever it is, on the other side of that is the beauty, the love, the light, the peace, the joy, the abundance, the prosperity. It's all on the other side. It's just that you have to walk through that darkness to get to the other side. Collectively, humanity is going through a tunnel. We're in a dark tunnel. And we're walking through, and some are aware what's going on and many are not. But when you suddenly realize that at the end of the tunnel, there is a light, there is a new world awaiting us, it creates so much excitement and so much love, because when you get through this discomfort, this uncomfortable part, you know that it will all be worth it when we get to the other side. So I really just wanted to share that message. And, globally, be prepared for some very, very big revelations. We've been having insane amounts of global events happening. Not even just the last 3 years, the last 100 years, maybe more. And every time we go through these global, tragic, shocking events, such as wars, such as terrorism, such as pandemics, know that it is all being done to help awaken humanity. And there is so much more to come because the collective needs to go through this process. So I just want to end it here and say that there is nothing to fear, my friends. Connect back to your God source. Connect back to your heart. Because see, when you go back in here, you will be shown the truth. And when you know the truth, when you know when you understand, and when you have the faith in God Creator, everything is all in divine timing. You have to trust. And sorry, one more thing. You know, we're taught in religion that we need to believe in God and have faith in God. And many religious people claim they believe in God. And yet, when these difficult things happen, they do not believe in God because they fall into fear, they fall into panic, they fall into giving away their power and just following orders. That is not believing in God, my friends. When you believe in God, and I mean true God, connection, source, there is no fear. There is no fear because that is the true connection to your God, to your connection to source, God Creator. If you know and trust and have faith in God, there is nothing to fear. And the very fact that the majority of humanity has fallen into that fear is evidence that they truly were not connected to God. They were not connected to God because God protects us. God supports us. God guides us. God has given us everything that we need. And yet so many people have forsaken God and have fallen for the darkness, have fallen for the fear, have fallen for the narratives, for the agendas, and continue to give their power away to an outside source, an outside entity that is not God. You see, we're coming back to God. When you awaken, you come back to God. And I'm not talking about God, the man in the sky God. I'm talking about Creator, Source. We all come from the Creator, Source. We are all connected as Creator, Source. It's just that we all forgot. We all forgot when we became disconnected from God. And awakening is also the return of God, the remembering that we hold the Christ light within ourselves and that we have the power. We are the creators of our own world and nobody can control or tell you what to do. This is true sovereignty, my friends. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. And I will do another video soon whenever I'm inspired to do so. Bye for now.